This show is brought to you by
Welcome to Inside Sim Racing. I'm Sean Cole, and today we're going to take a look at a product that is definitely intended for more of the hardcore or extreme sim racer, and that's a product from Thrustmaster, which we've been getting a lot of different products from Thrustmaster. We tried out the wheel, which works with the T500RS, and this is the TH8RS shifter, which does work with the T500RS, but it's actually a standalone shifter, and it's intended to be used with the PS3 or the PC. Now, on the PS3, we're only talking about Gran Turismo right now, and that's when using it with the T500. That's the only way it's going to work there. However, on the PC, like I said, it's standalone, and it'll work with any wheel that you're currently using. It's just another USB device. Now, the shifter is an 8-speed shifter, meaning that you have 7 forward gears and reverse, and in a lot of cases, you're probably not going to need that many gears. It has a 13-centimeter tall gear shift lever and a removable knob that is the same thread as a standard car knob, so you can put any one that you like. Now, another nice thing about the shifter is it's also a sequential shifter and comes with this adapter plate with 4 small screws that come off. You put it in the right direction. There is a little button on the back that gets you orientated in the right direction, and then it magically turns into a sequential, and that works real well. The shifter is 90% metal in design with a very durable mount that can also be hard mounted with 3 different screws. It has Hall effects technology, so there's no actual switches or pots that wear out. Both the mount and the shifter gate are 360-degree rotatable, so you can put it at any alignment that you prefer. Another nice feature of the shifter is its adjustable tension. With just a turn of a screwdriver, you can put more or less spring tension on it, making it easier to shift or harder. The shifter is coming in at $149.99, and in the United States will be available through Amazon and is available for pre-order now and will begin shipping on November 1st. Now it's time to go into the pros and cons, and you know me, I like to start with the cons. And the first con is actually really easy to overcome, but it's that it is a very tall shifter. So therefore, you're going to need an alternate mounting point. You're not going to want to put it up on your desktop at all, or you'd be shifting like this. Another con is also very small, and that's that it takes another USB device. So if you're running out of USB slots on your computer, that could be a little bit of a problem. Another con is that it only works with one PS3 game, and that's Gran Turismo. Now, it works very well in that game, however, it's the only game right now. Now, they do say that there are going to be more games coming out and that there will be more support for this shifter in time. And the last con, despite being affordable for a shifter, it comes down to the package price. If you're playing Gran Turismo and you've bought the T500 and now you're buying the shifter, you're looking at over $700 to be playing on a PS3, which is a lot of money. Now let's move on to the pros, and there certainly are a lot of those. And the first one is the way it feels, just the way it moves from gate to gate. It's like the thing reads my mind. It knows when I'm going from second to third, and instead of trying to go into first, it goes right into third. Another pro is the positive click or bump when finally getting it into the gate, letting you know that you've arrived. Another pro is the adjustable tension. Some people are going to like it a little stiffer, and some people are going to like it real light. Either way, you're going to be able to get it the way you want it. Another pro is that the clamp is very beefy and that it works. And there's a lot of room for adjustment when mounting it to different types of surfaces. Plus, I always like the hard mount option, and that exists as well. Another pro is that it looks exceptionally cool. This is definitely going to add a little flair to your rig and make it look that much more like a real race car. And then there's the whole reason you even bought the shifter in the first place. That's for the added realism, for the added fun factor, for the added immersion. All of that is the reason you want to have a shifter, and it makes it that much more fun when sim racing. And then the last pro is that it's actually inexpensive by comparison. At $150, comparing it to a sim gear shifter at $180, comparing it to a TSW at $385, or comparing it to a Frex at $500+. So it makes it pretty cheap, and it actually works at least as good as all of those. So as you can see in the case of the Thrustmaster TH8RS shifter, the pros far outweigh the cons, and therefore on the rev scale, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Now, is a shifter a must-have for a sim racer? I don't know. For me, it absolutely is. I mean, there are times when Darren and I get in old cars and we're just banging fenders. And when it comes to that, and we're both using a shifter, that's the way to run. That's racing. That's sim racing. But if I got to go up against Hugo Luis, the world champion, I'm just outmatched. I'm not going to use a shifter. I'm going to miss shifts maybe. It's going to even slow me down. That's when I'm going to be looking for my paddle shifters. So do you have to have one? It really comes down to why you race, how you race, and what you're looking for out of sim racing. And I'm going to tell you, if you're buying one of these kind of shifters, this one works just great. It was plug and play everywhere I went and used it. In Gran Turismo, it completely changed the game. I'm going to say it was still real tough getting it into gear, and if you don't do the timing right, it will not give you a gear, and you're going to be shifting over and over until you get it right. You've got to work that clutch pedal just right, or you're not going to engage the gear. When I look at iRacing, where it also has great clutch physics built into the game, if you don't get the shift right, it's going to be a big delay before you get the gear. But when you get it right, you get instant positive shifts, and it just feels so much more real. And that's the reason you're going to buy a shifter just like this. So I hope you've enjoyed my review of the Thrustmaster shifter. I'm Sean Cole, and I'll see you on the track.
Promotional consideration provided by GamePod, the choice of champions. Go to gamepod.co.uk and iRacing.com. Check out iRacing 2.0 and get 3 months for the price of one now.